Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mario. I've been a clinical research associate for 12 years, and I've been putting out a series of videos on the different visit types. I've put out videos on the pre-study or site selection visit, on the site initiation visit, and on the interim monitoring visit. Today I'll be talking about the closeout visit. Before I get started, I do have a couple of requests. If you find this content useful, please consider subscribing. If you find this specific video useful, please hit the like button. That helps me look at the analytics and decide which type of content I should create more of going forward. And finally, if there's a topic you'd like me to cover, please list it down in the comments. All right, let's talk about the closeout visit. What is it? Well, the closeout visit is your conclusion. The study is being concluded at that site. Now, why are you being asked to do a closeout visit? There are a couple of common reasons that you may be asked to do a closeout visit. The most common, the study has ended and it is now the logical time to close out the sites. It's possible that this study has been terminated early for a variety of reasons, so you could be doing a closeout as a result of that. It's possible that the site is a non-enrolling site and the sponsor has decided it's time to close out the site due to non-enrollment. It's also possible that this closeout visit is being done for cause. For example, the study site may be non-compliant and the closeout visit needs to occur. So those are some of the reasons a closeout visit may occur. And I want to say that oftentimes a closeout visit is fairly simplistic because many of the things can be done ahead of time. For example, investigational product reconciliation can be done ahead of time, and you may not need to do it at the closeout visit because it's done ahead of time. Similar with data, all the data may have been entered, monitored, the PI may have signed off on the case books, and all the data is locked, so you don't have to do anything beyond a checkbox to say that data reconciliation is complete. For regulatory documents, you can collect the majority of regulatory documents ahead of time. There are specific regulatory documents that you do need at the closeout visit. The two that immediately come to mind are the delegation of authority log. This will include adding the end date and having the PI sign off, and the IRB closeout notification so that the site has notified the IRB that the study is being closed out. So the way I like to think about a closeout visit is just as a checklist. You will often be given by the company you work for a checklist of things that need to be done at a closeout visit. These are fairly generic, and I can essentially walk you down what will potentially be on this list. First, you want to make sure that the investigator is aware of their responsibilities, and I'll talk a little more about that in a second. You want to ensure, as I've mentioned, that the final accountability for investigational product is done. It's either returned, destroyed, or whatever needed to occur to the investigation product has, and that you've collected the final investigational product accountability logs. You want to make sure that you've done final regulatory binder review and collected any documents that you may be missing. You want to ensure that the site has notified the IRB, as I mentioned. You also want to make sure that that the principal investigator and site staff are aware that any changes in financial disclosure need to be reported for up to 1 year post the completion of the trial, and the site is responsible for notifying you and the sponsor should the site move and change addresses, and that the site cannot publish any of the data without explicit written approval from the sponsor. I think those are some of the more generic things that are done at the closeout visit. Depending on sponsors, there might be some other specific requirements that you may want to ensure that equipment, for example, that has been sent to the site is being returned. Things like quality of life questionnaire devices, if they're provided with those, that those go back to where they need to be returned to. And the other thing you want to do is make sure that the PI, site staff, and everyone is aware of the potential for a regulatory authority audit. And as part of that, you want to ensure you know where the documents are being stored long term, so you can get the address, telephone number, etc. of the archival facility. So that's the closeout visit in a nutshell. If there's any demand, I can go more in depth. As always, please list any feedback you have down in the comment section. And thank you for watching.